Um, she never bought me flowers at all. No politics, no religion, just her silhouette. Haven't played with a 452 in a long time. Darling, don't wanna take you back, shagged without a kiss. Darling, don't wanna take you back, shagged without a kiss. Like a kitten playing with the ball it could choke, and I'm locked in the closet with a lesbian. I fantasize you're at the other side of the room, passing up deathly over. Darling, don't wanna take you back, shagged without a kiss. Darling, don't wanna take you back, shagged without a kiss. Alright, that's to all the good folks doing the homeless march tonight in Dublin. So march for the other homeless going on. Alright, fair play to you. I wrote that song when I was a kid, and I think I was 18 or something at the time. And it was so good that my English teacher wouldn't let me play in the talent competition because he thought I had a record deal. He was like, "There's no way you made this. Your marks are awful in English class. There's no way you made this song." So that was awkward. So yeah, I didn't get to play for the talent show. What's up with that? I think, as far as I know, I pissed off one of the judges because I thought talent shows were about the talent. But it turns out talent shows are a popularity contest. I sound like a real bitter person right now, so we're just going to move on. Here's a list of people, of all the people who fucked me over in my life. Starting with... Alright. So listen, as brand new episode of... today, as in case anybody doesn't know... Geez, loads of things going on here on the Instagram. In case anybody doesn't know, today is my favourite day of the week. Just going to make sure the YouTube comments are turned on. I haven't quite sussed out all the things. Yeah, see, the old Mandalorian. Mandalorian, I think, is out on the 7th, and today is the 5th or something. So we'll see what the crack is with that. We got some action-packed show as always, actually. That's very nice. Where can you get this podcast, my love? You can get this podcast iTunes, Spotify, all the things. So listen, there was a new episode of South Park out today. I cheekily watched it before this this very episode. So the episode name was Basic Cable, and what it's about is it's about when, well, it's about a lot of things, but to me this is what it's about, is when corporations use children to manipulate their parents and so on. Well, you can think about it in this very basic way, alright? Christmas tree. Who buys the presents? The parents. Alright, so they have an ad on the TV for like a vegan Stephen hat, right? And there's an ad, and there's some guy like me being like, "Hey kids, if you want to be cool, you need a vegan Stephen hat, only €200. And then the kid goes, "Oh my god, I need a vegan Stephen hat because all my friends have one." And then the parents' head's getting wrecked, and then the parents might buy like a counterfeit vegan Stephen. I am wondering if something and I can drink Eclipso leaf tea together. Oh, jeepers! What do you know about koalas? Jeepers creepers! I don't know anything about koalas. You'll have to inform me. I'm wondering if koalas and I can drink an illustrious leaf tea, cool in temperature. Alright. Fair play to you. I think, I don't know what's going on in the comments, but we're having a good time in here. Sure, we'll read them out. We'll see what happens. All inclusive here. So, the basic idea is that there's an advertisement directed at a kid, and then the kid doesn't have money, so then they'll go to their parents and say, this is what I want for Christmas or whatever. Alright, so right now there's something like that going on. There's Netflix versus, I think it's Disney Plus One. And Disney Plus One is like €6 and everyone has Netflix, which is like €12 or something like that. So the reason why people want to get Disney Plus One is because all their friends are watching the new Star Wars show called Mandalorian. That's on it. And it's a good show. It's a good show. And alright, we're still doing well. We have someone asking about koalas here. Koalas, we need to know what's going on with koalas. I do know some stuff about koalas. Apparently koalas eat nothing but bamboo, right? Now, tradition, and that's a lot, bamboo is a very low burning food. And what I mean by that is it's a slow burning food. So it's a slow release like eating a banana, right? But every so often a koala will stumble upon a dead animal, right? And it'll just eat it, and it can't handle, all the sugars that are in meat, all the energy that's in meat, and they go fucking ballistic and start wrecking up the forest. Alright, so it's not so much that a koala is like a low energy animal, it's that it's always eating like bamboo and shit. I could be talking about pandas, I can't remember. Pandas do bamboo. Alright, so it is bamboos. Okay, I was talking about pandas. I'm being set straight here by the comments here. So I'm talking about pandas. Please, for the love of Flip, do your own research. I can't be trusted. This is pretty much entertainment news. I'll roughly tell the truth, but if there is a more entertaining version, I'll go with that. So listen, I'm just going over how products are aimed at kids. As a way of, because the parent wants to please the kid, that wants to make, the parent doesn't want to pay for a babysitter or whatever, just wants to put on the show. Who knows? So, yeah, that's what the South Park episode is about. The social pressure on kids to watch the new show, which is Mandalorian, and how they can feel left out if they don't watch the new show. And then there's ways around it, some people, get together, like 10 people, and watch the show in the new, in one of their friends' houses, like they do it like boxing matches. All that kind of carry on. But that's what happens when you have an exclusive with something. So it's a very smart business move on Disney, because they have to make their money back. I think they paid something mad like $1 billion for Star Wars, so I think they've already made their money back. But so there you are. I'm happy because there's more Star Wars. Disney's happy because they're getting more money, shareholders anyway, and everyone's happy as far as I can tell, more or less. Yeah. So that was a little song anyway. And also makes fun of the episode makes fun of cable people, because cable people in Ireland, you had like was it NTL, then they bought and sold out to UPC, then they were bought and sold out to Virgin Media, and so on. So generally, if you have a product, this might be dipping into business here, but bear with me. If you have a product, what you're trying to do is you're trying to associate that product, whether it's a vegan. Right, I'm trying to associate positivity and confidence with this hat right now, okay? Now, a cable company is trying to associate positivity with their interaction with their product. Now, when the product fails, and you have to ring them up, it's one of the most unpleasant experiences you'll ever have in your life. You're being posted around to all kinds of countries that don't speak your language natively. The quality of the phone line's awful, and so on. It's just an awful experience when your cable goes down, internet or whatever. But yeah, the show was kind of talking about a little bit of, which is better, cable or streaming, and streaming's so much better than cable. Cable's like just fucking same shows all the time, you know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? EUCALYPTUS, I think that's eucalyptus. I think that's what the the lovely viewer was talking about there, drinking eucalyptus tea with a koala bear, and then I got mixed up with pandas. Oh, jeepers, excuse me. So we have a bit of Irish news. Irish news. Millionaire threatens Mayo GAA with legal action if it won't repay his 100,050 donation. Yeah, so listen people, just like I keep saying, stuff's done on the back end through charities, alright? So this guy donated 150 grand and now he wants it back. You think if you give money to charity you can't ask for it back, but this guy's asking for his money back. I'm probably misreading the story, but that's my initial we have something, I don't know if this is an ad or if this is news. It says Instagram now requests date of birth when accounts created. Okay, is that newsworthy? I don't know. Alright, so that's what's going on. Some millionaire threatens Mayo with legal action if they won't repay his donation. So yeah, I don't know. That kind of sounds a little bit interesting. I might click into that for the Greg. Alright, Gardaí appeal for information about missing man. This missing man looks like a criminal. I'm just going to say it straight out. He looks like the kind of lad who would go missing. I don't know. I realise that's probably horrifically offensive or something, but he just looks like the kind of lad who does drugs. So I'm not going to mention his name or anything, but fair play to the world. And they're looking for this lad. Yeah, fair play. Moving very swiftly on before I get in too much trouble. We have a picture of my mates on Garda Síochána. How are we getting on, the guards? Listen guards, I'm coming for you. I'm asking for selfies with you. If I see you on the street, I'll go up to you, I'll be extremely polite, and I will ask you if it would suit you, Mr. Officer, to take a picture with me. I've already got one picture with a guard so far, and I plan on getting loads more, making like a collage. Did you say Gregory? That's Georaghy. I don't even know what that spells. Gregory. Alright, anyway, moving on. Gardaí, investigation launched after 8 migrants found on ship in Waterford. Jesus Christ. I was actually going to go to Waterford today. That's a bit... Ooh, the universe is talking to me. No, it's not really. Anyway. Here we go. More Irish news. Woman, 29, died after accidentally overdosing on paracetamol. Oh, that is very funny. Obviously, it's the furthest thing from funny. But someone told me before you couldn't die from taking paracetamol, so I took a load of them when I was younger. Me and some mates took some at a party because we didn't know any better, and nothing happened. Nothing happened. I think we took like 6 each, and nothing happened because it's paracetamol. But apparently, this person died. So usually when people die from generic drugs like that, they have an underlying condition, such as someone dies of drinking an energy drink. Generally they have a predisposition to heart disease or have a weak heart or so on. It's very rarely, even with mad drugs like ecstasy and so on, it's usually to do with the person as opposed to the drug itself. But generally, drugs are dangerous, and don't take drugs. Be more for vegan Stephen. Brian Fenley, unionists, and he says unionists wrong to treat Dublin like Bulgaria. There you are. It's an Irish last name. Did you say Gregory? Georaghy. It's an Irish name. Alright, I don't know. Sorry. I have no idea what you're talking about. We could be a few conversations behind. I'm having trouble keeping track of all the different things. Okay, so one day ago, Brian Finley, universe, wrong to treat Dublin like Bulgaria, has a picture of the Irish tea shop. I don't know why. We're moving on. Schoolgirl viciously mugged. Yeah, read that yesterday. Boy B to appeal conviction for murder of Anna Yadia. Alright. So that's the all news there. That's what happens when you only got 30 seconds to read the news. You get things mixed up. All right, they're only They're only telling me the very first line. Some lad called Tim O'Leary and loads of lawyers to do with the whole millionaire donation. If he's a millionaire, why the fuck does he give a fuck about 100 grand? Like, come on, it's 100 grand. In the big scheme of things, like, it's fuck all, like. Anyway, you'd pay 100 grand just for that kind of publicity to have your face in the fucking magazine. Oh, here we go. Don't know Irish or koala stuff. I'm trading you in. Fair play to you. Yeah. I'm only pretending to be from Ireland, and I'm only pretending to be vegan because it's trendy. That's how it works. Alright, where are we now? Alright, world news. It's what you've all been waiting for. Generally how it works is if loads of people ask, they say they want to hear about koalas, I'll bring a koala expert on the show, or else I'll read an article on koalas in the meantime. So it is a fully interactive show. If we do get enough people asking for koalas, we will look into it. Alright. So next bit of news reading here, it says New Zealand's first pornography report finds problematic action of COE or CICRON, COE or CION, whatever that spells. Who knows, my love? Who knows? Who knows? Who knows? All right. Now, oh, that's a picture of the ceiling there. Oh, alright, we're still going. Alright, Vegan Stephen Podcast, everyone. Here we go. Concern, correlation. No, I don't know what that word spells. Okay, moving on. BBC One. How long can you survive in Australia's outback? Question mark. BBC. Fugitive. Next we have Fugitive. Indian guru establishes cosmic country of Ecuador. Fugitive Indian guru establishes cosmic country of Ecuador. Huh. That's a lot of strange words in one sentence. It's not even a sentence. It's just like a lot of words mashed together to form clickbait. There's like half a quote and like no full stops or commas or capital letters or anything. Alright, moving on. This is world news, man. So just take this seriously, you know. Thursday briefing. The old Trump man, after exit to election, Russia arrests con man who built fake border in Finland. Oh, that is brilliant. That's the Guardian. That's really good. That's really good. Oh, that is so good. That's really good. I'm enjoying that. So a lad, Russian arrests who built fake border with Finland. Everything about that sounds great. I love it. And then we've got a picture of NATO, and we got the cheeky chappy himself, Putin. It says NATO allies issues strongest warning yet over Russia threat. Alright. And then I'm just clicking into the Russian thing. It says man erected border posts and charged 4 men from South Asia more than 10 grand to take them to the EU member of Finland. The Russian border guard service said on Wednesday. Oh my god, that is priceless. He was like charging people into Russia or some mad shit. Ah, that is so good. That is so good. Ah. Nom, 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 nom. I can't wait to go to Russia. Alright, here we go. People smuggle. Oh no, there's even... No, there's the same article but by a different company. BBC, 15 hours ago. And it says, people smuggler, quote, built fake Russia, Finland border posts, end quote. Alright, so maybe I'm getting the wrong angle on this, but it seems to be comedy gold. Russian officials approaching jets for family and lovers, say activist. Russian officials approving jets for family. Yeah, why wouldn't they approve? Why wouldn't they help their fucking family out? If you had €1 million, surely you'd fucking swindle as well. At least I would. I don't know. You can go on. Is it wrong? Yes, but would you do it? I would. Anyway, moving on. NATO at 70 has a picture of Trump for some reason, and it says, it's Guardian 23 hours ago, NATO at 70, and it says Moroccan manspreading. I love this already. Moroccan manspreading and Malaysia dressed as a moth. I don't know what they're trying to say, but I like it. Next we have the Guardian one day ago, and it says should I go here? How millions of French shoppers are rejecting cut price capitalism. Geez, the French love giving out, don't they? Let's have a revolution. That's not a French accent at all, is it? Yeah, fair play to them. They don't put up with any crap, those French. They have in France you get great shit like maternity leave. Like you take maternity leave as long as you want, kind of thing, and they've got really good top-notch healthcare in France. And it's really good laws, so you don't have to buy a house, you can just rent, because it's so safe. Do you know what I mean? You don't fear getting kicked out of your fucking gaff if you have a bad week or something. Alright. Who wants to hear the Huawei conspiracy theory? Oh, it's a bit complicated. Okay. Alright. I'll try to explain it. Okay, so there's this phone company called Huawei. It's spelled like Hawaii or Huawei. And what they did was they started a phone company, right? Okay, the Chinese government conspiracy. Alright, none of this is true, right? This is just like a fucking fairy story. We don't know if this is true. So apparently America or some other countries, have banned this phone company from being in their country because they figured out that there's this like chip in it that is like sending messages back to China or some bullshit, and there's some kind of spy chip in it, and they found out that the phones, they're actually making a loss. Every time they sell one of these phones, they're making a loss, because they wanted to be in people's hands. Do you know what I mean? And the only reason why they'd be making a loss in every phone sale is if they have another agenda, which is like spying on the thing. So yeah, they might be making the phones at cost price or something like that, but people are very paranoid, you know what I mean? So I'm going to read what this article says, because that's just a conspiracy, this phone company is spying everyone. I know a lot of people with the phone, they're a brand new company, they're really fucking good, but a lot of people believe that, I think the battery life, a lot of people are very paranoid about them basically, but I don't know if it's based on fact or paranoia. Alright? Let's have a little look. I can look into it if you guys are interested anyway. Let's have a little look. Alright, so it says economic carpet bombing. As a picture of Hawaii or whatever it's called. Hawaii looks to refuge. FCC order banning US companies from using federal funds to buy its products. Alright. So America is having a bit of a... We're going to keep reading. Chinese tech giant Huawei has filed a complaint seeking to overturn the FCC ruling that bans American firms from using an $8.5 billion federal fund to buy electronics from the company, dubbing it a metaphorical carpet bombing. I don't know what a carpet bombing is, but Jesus, the carpet bombing sounds like a bit of fun, doesn't it? Carpet bombing sounds like you get a lot of fireworks throw it in a rolled up carpet and then just watch it explode. I'm sure it's something awful. Like, I'm sure it's relating to some horrific incident I don't know nothing about, but carpet bombing sounds like a bit of crack to me. Like throwing a grenade at a carpet just sounds like a good night in to me. I'm tempted to look up what carpet bombing is. Are you guys tempted as well? But yeah, people are very paranoid about this company because the majority of shareholders, like the Chinese government and all this shit. And also, people are very suspicious of China in some ways because there's no copyright law in China, okay? So if you, say, invented the guitar, right? And you were like, right, I want to copyright the guitar, so anyone who builds a guitar owes me €1 or something like that. Do you know what I mean? In China, there's no copyright law, so they just say, listen, if it's a success, it's open, it's fair game to anyone who wants to build one. Do you know what I mean? And they don't have to pay the person who invented the actual guitar. Alright, so copyright law doesn't exist. So in China, they have their own version of Google. They basically, as far as I'm just making up stuff, I don't know. This is just stuff I've heard. As far as I know, they copied and pasted the source code and just created their own Google and changed the name to like Jugal or Chingle. I don't know. So maybe some mixture of China and Google. I don't know. I'm just making up shit here. And basically, some stuff is censored on their version of Google, such as Facebook is banned, I believe, in China, and I don't know what else. I'm guessing what's that thing called? Huggy Bear. What's that? Pooh Bear is like I'd say. I love PoohBear.com, and Pooh Bear merchandise is all banned because apparently there was some hoo-ha about Pooh Bear looks like the president over there, so the Pooh Bear, Winnie the Pooh, is banned in China. So I don't know. Apparently, if you just like an anti-China comment, you can get banned from going over there, which just seems a bit mad. Do you know what I mean? Do you know what I mean? Oh yeah. So okay, what's carpet bombing? Let's have a look. Carpet bombing. So my idea of carpet bombing was just, when you roll up a carpet, put a live grenade in it at a house party and just watch it go, and everyone goes, oh, that was brilliant. And then you carry on with the rest of your night and have a few whatever you're into with your friends. So let's find out what carpet bombing actually is. Is it as fun as that, or is it something else? Carpet bombing, also known as saturation bombing. I love the word saturation personally, but we're going to find out what it means in this context. Carpet bombing, also known as saturation bombing, is a large area bombardment, which is a large area bombardment drone done in a progressive manner to inflict damage in every part of a selected area of the land. The phrase evokes the image of explosions completely covering an area in the same way that a carpet covers a floor. Alright. So there you are. Turns out it's nothing to do with carpets at all. Very misleading. I was hoping for some Aladdin job, like Princess and Aladdin would be flying around the magic carpet, but no. It was why did US carpet bomb Colombia? Jesus. That sounds like shy crack. So in 1969, the US carpet bombed. Jesus. US bombed Japan over Pearl Harbor. Okay, we're getting off track here. Alright, so yeah. I can understand, because if there's suspicion of this spy chip in these phones, you wouldn't want them anywhere near government. If they're scraping data, you do not want that anywhere near your government stuff. So I understand exactly where the US is coming from. Like, you would not want that having your federal business. America and all the other countries like spy on each other all the time, so who gives a fuck? Anyway, moving very swiftly on. This is a parody of a podcast. You must be strictly over 50 years old to watch this. May cause death. Massive union strike shuts down. I want to name and shame some companies. We got Ryanair, we got Paddy Power, we got loads of other places. We got Amazon. And if you start a union there, you're as good as fired. Alright? So there's no fucking union. And they pay a fine. It's cheap. In Ireland, you have a fine if you. It might be, I'm guessing, 100,000 or something. If you don't have a union, you have to pay a fine to the government. So these people just pay the fine because it's cheaper than having a union, and that way they can repress their staff, treat them like fucking shit, and there you are. So that's one of many establishments which don't support unions. Because unions, what does a union do? It stands up for the rights of the workers and so on, you know, make sure they're getting a living wage, and make sure maybe they have one perk, like, I don't know, dental care or something, I don't know. Anyway, what do I know? Some lad in a shed. Moving on. Massive union strike shuts down transportation across France, aimed growing anger over Moroccan pension reform. Does anybody else notice? I don't know. I was just going to give out about that Michael O'Leary lad, but who gives a fuck? We're going to keep going. Once again, there's a picture of those people. They're not having a good time. They're in the union. Here he goes. Massive union strike shuts down transportation across France, aimed growing anger over Moroccan pension reform. That's Moroccan is spelled M-A-C-R-O-N, in case I've got that pronounced wrong. And then there's a lot of people holding flares. Flares look fucking cool, don't they? Flares look really cool. Anyway, a nation, and they're all wearing like safety vests just in case, because they want to be safe. They want to be safe. They're all wearing those, you know, glow in the dark vests. So they mean danger, but they want danger with safety. When danger and chaos meet safety. They're being so safe, but also they want to be Okay. To me, it just looks like a 3-year-old showing up in like a 3-wheeler and into the bank and be like, "Give me all your money, bitch!" And he's using like a finger gun. Do you know what I mean? His actual fingers. And then it was just like, "What?" All right, listen. Staying on topic. A nationwide union strike against pension reform has brought transportation across France to a standstill. Photos show thousands of workers marching in what has been billed as the largest protest of its kind since 1995. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, that's what's going on in Morocco, perhaps? Morocco. Alright. So, is there any other things jumping out here? Here we go. Police, there's a picture of... They're not on guard. They're not our lovely guards. They're not on guard of Síochána. These look like some fucking cowboys. Some cowboy guards. Not like our good lads. Our Irish guards. Have your drink taken? Have your tax? Alright, moving on. So there's a picture of some not Irish guards. They do not have the vegan Stephen seal of approval. They do not have it. We'll find out where they're from in a minute. Police fire tear gas at marchers in Nantes, that's Nantes, France, as nationwide strike against Moroccan pension reforms rages. Okay, I'm kind of confused. Where is Morocco? Where is this place, Moroccan? I thought it was in like Morocco, but maybe it's somewhere in France. You can tell how uninformed I am on world geography. Here we go. Police have fired tear gas at protesters in Nantes participating in a nationwide strike, according to local media. The unrest could signal dark days ahead for EMMANUAL. That's maybe it's Emmanuel Moroccan's pro-austerity government. Alright. So I don't know what's going on there. Now it says, watch the sun eat the earth in haunting visualization of the end of days. Alright, so the end is near, the end is coming. The sun is going to eat the world. Listen, that's not going to happen for a very, very long time. So I wouldn't really give a fuck, to be honest. Marketing the breast. Ooh, I like breasts. Making the breast of it. Nice pun. Here it goes. Has a picture of an elderly lady, and she has a picture showing her breasts here. I do like breasts. Let's find out what she has to say. Making the breast of it, and says researchers ask people to stare at CGI boobs to help plastic surgeons. Okay. Oh god, this sounds like clickbait. Anyway, plastic surgeons and researchers in Poland asked volunteers to classic Poland. Poland asked volunteers to stare at a range of digital boobs to help them. Yeah, to help them, I'd say it's to help them, alright. Digital boobs to help them figure out what people look like with their ideal breast, and to firm up the language of aesthetics. Alright. Listen, personally I think that we should be giving out free boob jobs to whoever wants them, because I really like breasts. I'm just a red-blooded male, alright? I know it's wrong, but it feels alright. Okay, here we go. Moving on. Visually appealing. Now, reaction split online as duct-taped bananas sell for 110k Miami gallery. Okay, so there's a banana duct tape onto a wall, and it's after selling for a few bob, and it says the art world is known for taking the mundane and turning it into something unique and beautiful, struggling to justify the hefty 1,200 or whatever, 100,200 price tag placed on several bananas duct taped to a wall. Yeah. Well, the price of inner peace, which comes in the form of a banana duct taped to a wall, does cause 120,000. Okay. When Indian woman sets fire by man. Oh jeepers, what's going on here? We have a picture of an ambulance. No one looks happy in this picture. Looks like everyone's having shite crack. Let's see what it has to say. Oh no, not the rape word. Okay. Listen, this is not going to be a fun article. Someone's after getting ripped. Ugh. Man, I don't have the balls to make jokes about rape yet, but maybe I will. In a little while. It's still a little bit. There's some people in my life who are raped and stuff, so it's kind of a touchy subject. Everything's a touchy subject, but look, if you don't joke about it, you'll fucking die. Anyway, moving on. Indian women set on fire by man she accused of rape, on way to hearing in brutal attack mirroring Hyderabad case. Okay, and it says right here, rape survivor in Uttar Pradesh, India, was set on fire by a man she had accused of assaulting her. The victim is in criminal critical condition. Oh, sorry. The victim's in critical condition. The attack follows a rape and a murder case in which that sparked outrage across India. Okay. So, yeah, shy crack. Apparently India's like, the rape capital of the world and stuff, which makes no sense to me because I've never met an Indian person I didn't like, so I don't know what's going on with that. Listen, I don't know. Alright, here we go. Jeez, India's having a great crack this week. It's doing stuff with the Air Force. It's all over the news this week. That's the crack with that, Alright, we're all looking well. We're all looking gorgeous. We're all looking well. And then we have some mad shit going on with Twitter. Fucking shadow banning written into Twitter's new service, terms and conditions service, may limit visibility of some users. Alright, who gives a fuck? Alright, moving on. Oh, the Nazis are back. Oh, chancers. Absolute chancers, them Nazis. You cannot let them out for a minute without them getting locked on vodka and absinthe. No, vodka and cyanide. Yeah. The old Nazis love vodka and cyanide. Okay, here we go. Sharing rioting tips. That's pretty funny. Ukrainian neo-Nazi tourists. Oh my, that's Ukrainian neo-Nazi tourist. What a fucking title. Some people are like, yeah, I'm the CEO of Walmart. Imagine like, oh, what do you do for a living? I'm a Ukrainian neo-Nazi tourist. How good is that? What a title, like. Oh my god, Ukrainian neo-Nazi tourist spotted, aimed Hong Kong protests. That's AMIMD. Okay. So, oh man. And I'm looking. There's a picture of Putin coming up, so you know you're in for a lot. This is Russia Today, by the way. Okay, here we go. So I'm just going to read this again because I'm fascinated. Sharing rioting tips? ? That's the vegan Stephen trademark. The old question mark. Ukrainian neo-Nazi tourists spotted armed Hong Kong protest. Okay, what do they have to say about this? A group of Ukrainian far-right activists travelled to Hong Kong to check out violent anti-government protests. They claimed it was merely a tourist trip. Oh! That they were not neo-Nazis. Facts tell otherwise. Oh my lord. Did you guys see that thing? Do you know where that lad was chopped up in Russia with like a bone saw in the middle of the night? It was about, oh god, maybe you guys don't realise. Okay. Russia has a, can I even say this? Okay, allegedly Russia likes, how do I even say this without making it sound bad? Okay, I can't make it sound bad, so I'm just going to move on. Something to do with assassins and bone saws and flying people in the middle of the night, and they fly out of the country that same night and people are assassinated and so on. Moving on before I get myself in trouble. Russia, this is the next one. Russia is no longer enemy of NATO. I'm going to have to look up what NATO is because I don't have a fucking clue. People keep talking about NATO. NATO. This is what happens when you never watch the news. You don't know anything, man. But I like it because it's like I'm an alien. Let's have a look what NATO means. I'm just going to get the definition here. NATO. Okay, let's find out what NATO means. It's definition: the North Atlantic Treaty Organization. All right, the treaty, also called North Atlantic Alliance, is an intergovernmental military service alliance between 29 North American and European countries. Now, personally, I would like if European went first rather than American. Just joking. All right, moving on. The organization implements the North Atlantic Treaty that was signed the 4th of April 1949. Okay, so it's the North Atlantic Treaty Organization. It includes the Royal Air Force and headquarters in Belgium. Oh, Jesus. Founded in Washington in the United States. Okay, whatever. Alright, so that's what everyone's talking about. So we're up to date anyway. So Russia is no longer enemy of NATO. International terrorism is. Macron calls a bloc to check its priorities. French President Emmanuel Macron. Oh, he must be the. Oh, okay. It wasn't anything to do with Morocco at all. Apologies. It's actually the French president seems to be called Macron. So the French president is called Macron. So I think all those protests and stuff were doing with Macron. So I'm glad that cleared everything up. We'll have a look into this French president in a minute because I don't know what's going on. Arguing international terrorism is the main enemy alliance, while Russia is somehow both a threat and partner. Alright, generally, when an election's coming up, you gotta stay in war so that people will vote you back in through fear. So generally, they try to keep wars going on around election time, if you know what I mean. A little bit of a war. Listen, this is just a conspiracy theory. Let's look up who this French president is, because I've been getting his name wrong all morning. We're all learning as we go, people. You can comment live and join in as well. Alright, let's have a little look at this lad. His name's Emmanuel Macron, President of France. Emmanuel Macron, Frédéric Macron, is a French politician who has been the President of France and ex officio co-prince of Androna since Androna since May, and so on. So there he is having the crack. You heard it here first. Alright, there's a few pictures of him talking. Macron refused to back down to Trump after attack. I don't know what attack happened, but sure, listen, we'll find out. So we're popping into vegan news for a moment. We have the same, this advertising, there's an advertising campaign doing the rounds, and you can tell because it's been copied and pasted. Same picture, same words in a slightly different order. But here we go. Vegan diet is healthy and complete. You really need to understand your food. Alright, ABC, one day ago. Plant-based news, 20 hours ago. KFC will launch vegan menu in UK this month, claims employee. Alright, whatever. Florida boy challenges Trump to go vegan for a month. Wow. Okay, sorry. I'm gonna try and be more supportive. Sorry. Over 1 million donations to veterans. Alright. Fox News. Okay. So that was nice. That was a bit of news there. And this is entertainment news, ladies and gentlemen. Keeping up with the times, keeping current. We're gonna have a look and see what's trending on the hashtags in a moment. See what's trending in my life. See what's trending in my life, yeah. Oh, I got my old thumbs up off James. Fair play to you, James. Alright. Vegan news. Do any of you guys, is this a satirical news station called The Onion? And it's the funniest thing ever. I spent a lot of happy hours watching it. Vegan fast food entrepreneur makes phobes 30 under 30. Okay, fair play. Is yeast vegan? Alright. And finally, is there anything else catching my eye? Sainsbury's to launch 31 new vegan products this Veganuary. It's a mixture of vegan and January. Veganuary. Okay, totally vegan buzz 4 hours ago. Okay. Alrighty-yo. Veganism's the new kind of bubble health kick. So if you got money to invest, I'd recommend it. Just from a business, forget about ethics for a minute. Just pretend you're a cold-blooded killer. It's business-wise, it's a smart choice to invest in the old veganism. Mental health news. Mental health, young people in crisis, waiting hours for A&E. Oh shit! No way. I'm going to read that a few more times because that's very relatable. Mental health crisis, young people in crisis, waiting hours in A&E for help. Oh my god, I've been up. Talking like going in there waiting 14 hours. Yeah. It's not good fun. Moving on. News daily. 100-day pledge, hidden mental health waiting list. What? There's a secret 100-day waiting list. What? I thought they just didn't call you back. I don't know. Alright. Sorry, it's kind of a touchy subject for me, because I feel quite passionately about the own mental health and stuff like that. NHS patient describes mental health waiting list. Alright, so that's to do with England, perhaps. Yeah, it's to do with some kind of English thing, but that's fine. We're here for world news, it's not just about Ireland, people. World news. 1 child in 10 mental health appointments were unattended. Jesus. Alright. Lunchtime Live wins at headline Mental Health Media Awards. 20,000 mental health appointments for children on News Talk. 10% didn't show up for their meetings. A lot of the time it just feels fucking... The process is so slow and stuff. It just feels fucking pointless sometimes. But anyway, who knows? Right, we're on to BBC News. News Daily. Torres 100-day pledge and hidden mental health waiting list. Alright, that's a picture of the old Boris C. Johnson there. Something to do with a cap raising to 30 pupils per class there. Gotta make sure these comments are turned on. Checking out my live stream. I'm just here checking out my live stream. Can you hear the echo? Can you hear the echo in my voice? Is the Vegan Steven podcast. Oh, flippers. We've only got like 8 minutes left. We really got to get on with this thing. Alright. So, this is what we're here to talk about. And the thing about dead air is, you can't be having any of it. So, to summarise today, we got this man in Finland. That's actually very funny. The Russian border story I was talking about there, sorry. That's going to keep me warm tonight. When I'm thinking about that, I'm going to be very happy. Because, man, the amount of work that must have went into that is unreal. So today is my favourite day of the week because new South Park is out. And new Always Sunny in Philadelphia. I think Mandalorian's out in 2 days, the new episode of Mandalorian. Gonna see what's going on in the journal.ie here, baby. Journal.ie. So, gonna look up here what happens when pandas eat meat as well from Craig. When pandas eat meat. When pandas eat meat. I'll find out if I was waffling or if I was telling the truth. Okay, okay. Here's what it says: when pandas eat meat. All right, here we go. Because this is a story some lad told me in a pub, so I don't know if it's true. It says, this is from unimeble.e. Oh Jesus, some science communication. All right, 2013. According to some recent studies, giant pandas became herbivores and completely switched their diet to bamboo for 2.4 million years ago. Okay, I think I read that right, and that just doesn't really... Anyway. Interestingly, there are no changes to the anatomy for their digestive tract, and they are able to digest meat. In theory, pandas can eat meat, but not grass. What? I think you need like a few stomachs. You need like 4 stomachs to alright, we've got another thing. Does panda bear eat meat? Just another source. This is from panda.org. Oh, this is World Wildlife Federation, so maybe this is the good people. Bamboo contains very little nutritional value, so pandas must eat 12 to 38 kilograms every day. That's kg. To meet their energy needs. But they do branch out. About 1% of their diet comprising other plants and even meat. While they almost entirely vegetarian, pandas do sometimes hunt for pikes and other small rodents. That is bonkers. But the guy who actually told me this, you know, he did a lot of the people I end up hanging around with, because fuck knows why, end up having masters in something mental. So the lad who told me this had a master's in biology or something, so he could have just been joking. Who knows? Do pandas have babies? That's gas. Wild panda filmed eating meat in China. Panda eating meat in China video. Pandas used to eat meat. yeah, so that's the crack with that. And that's mad, isn't it? Alright. So there you are. Doing whatever they can to survive. And we're going to check in with the journal just to make sure we're keeping them among all the things that are trending. Current news, current everything, keeping hot shit going. Go have a look and see what's trending on the old YouTubes today. I'm also opening up the journal. A fair price, it says. Taoiseach sympathises with farmers as blockade of major Aldi distribution centre continues. Alright, so I think they want more money for their vegetables and stuff like that. Because I was talking to some people in the tomato growing trade and all the rest of it, and they said Lidl and Aldi aren't paying them enough for the fucking tomatoes and stuff, so they have to go, not partially on the dole, but they have to, it's not enough money or whatever to keep going. Is that the fault of the Irish people? Is that the fault of Lidl and Aldi? Who knows? I think you can pass the blame any way you like it. You can always, there's always an excuse not to do something, and it's very easy to just pass the buck. Alright, let's find, this is the journal, alright? How we getting on? We've only got fucking 3 minutes left or something, and then we gotta go. Alright, so listen, Vicky Phelan backs Lorraine Walsh's decision to quit cervical check committee. Alright, whatever. Pearl Harbor, hashtag Pearl Harbor, it says gunman kills 2 people in attack at US base at Hawaii's Pearl Harbor. Okay, there's a picture of someone holding an umbrella that's inside out and it says yellow status. It's very windy weather on the way. Weather warnings. Yeah, there you are. Hundreds protest against homelessness. Okay, here we go. There's a picture of Daniel Radcliffe and it says, quote, more homeless, ya prick, less printers. Okay, I don't think people understand how stuff works, but alright, whatever. Their heart's in the right place anyway. Fair play to them. Let's see. Boris Johnson appears on ITV's This Morning despite ongoing row over BBC interview. Woman set fire to testify against her alleged rapist. Oh, she was set on fire on the way to testify in court. That's shy crack. Gifts for everyone. That's an ad for Lidl. And finally, Taoiseach sympathises with farmers. Okay, read that one out. Lobbyists, big winners as government revises bingo bill after protests. Oh, God. Will bingo ever fuck off? Oh, no, sorry. Okay. 4 men arrested attempted over murder in Dublin March. I'm getting cranky. Sorry. Scientists develop monthly contraceptive pill, but it only has been tested on pigs so far. Then 9 at 9 Thursday. Here's all the news you need to know this morning. There's a lot of blockades and farmers, and they took our jobs. Multiple airlines, and so on. Alright, that's it, my love. Jerry Adams urges government to adopt Emma de Svenza citizenship battle. Don't understand that. And finally, Brenda Grace, Mrs. Brown, and 8 Harry Potters. A look-alike at RTE Virgin Media's Christmas schedule. Okay, so they're promoting Virgin Media there. I always knew I loved writing. 8 graduates share some of how they found their course they loved. And CAO. Stuff and things. So that's all you have for today. I hope you enjoyed yourselves. This is Everyday. This is the King of Consistency, Vegan Stephen. I think today's episode will be something like current affairs or what's trending or something. But that's it. Alright, so appreciate you. Much love. And I'll see you same place, same all the things. Goodbye.